Wednesday, October 8th, market analysis, Stan Ehrlich. I start out with indexes, go to futures, and go to some stocks. I got ADM as a new one, dropped a previous symbol a couple of days ago. ADM is a lot more interesting at the moment. So I have to apologize, so to speak, because the very optimistic bearish engulfing signals that I got yesterday in the SPY, the ES, the QQQ, the NQ, not in the YM or the Russell, failed. All of them made minor, very small, higher highs today, which stops you out of a trade if you use this exact stops that I'm using for my trading system. So I did not have a good day. I was not very happy. We closed near the high today, still overbought conditions in most, not all cases. But as long as you were overbought within the last few days, we can still get another bearish engulfing. So yesterday's sell signal up here and the MES failed. But it doesn't mean that the market is going straight up or even up. It only means the signal failed. I'm still coming down on the RSI out of overbought conditions. I still was overbought. I still look for bearish type of price action, and that is closes lower, closes below previous important lows, and some follow through and a variation on that concept in a general sense. And the 1 minute chart is not showing us anything worthwhile looking at. I'm sorry. Let's look at the spider. We had a sell signal yesterday. It did not work. And the 1 minute chart, of course, is showing you that we barely made the higher highs by a very, very small number of ticks. QQQ, same story, except we've had two bearish engulfing ER sell signals in the last 4 days. Otherwise, everything I've said so far applies also on the NQ as well. The YM did close about unchanged. Now, it spent most of the day fiddling around a little lower, and the high today is below Tuesday's high, and that's below Monday's high, and that's below last Friday's high. So, although it's coming down extremely slowly. Not what I thought would happen. I kind of expected a fairly quick, substantial break to begin with, the usual fiddling around, short-term bounces, things like that, and then over a week or two or three, lower lows. Now, I'm still looking for a break to cause me to claim that the October lows are about to happen. That is just not developing at this point. And the 1 minute chart on the YM, as you can see, the rallies are basically not following through. What about the Russell? Almost the same story, very similar as the YM. No signals per se, just historical resistance, overbought conditions, and some, not as much, evidence that it's starting to slip. But it's not. It's the low today was higher than yesterday. The close is higher. It's a doji. It's the second highest close for the trend. I am struggling to come up with any great sell signals that are really starting to kick in. The sell signals I've gotten so far have gone boo-boo, failed. 1 minute chart, Russell. Going to bonds. Bonds popped up today. I'm not surprised because I talked about yesterday's bullish engulfing being slightly friendly for a short period of time, and here we have it. Now, I think we're going to roll over and start to make it below yesterday's lows and below the low of the last 1 month. The notes are the same. No change of opinion. Different prices, that's all. Same type of activity. Crude, new high, slightly new high close, but only for a few, 3-4 days. Nothing super important. We are rallying up out of a support area, which I talked about, so that's good. Everything I said so far is happening in crude, but I don't trust this rally so far. I could expect it to get all the way up to 65 something. That wouldn't surprise me. I just don't trust this sideways trading range situation. We had a bearish engulfing today in natural gas. Now, I have to say, as I always do, this should be, could be, probably is, no guarantee, the beginning of a break. And since we are in a bear trend to begin with, and we're still looking for lower levels because of the head and shoulder top formation, I think that adds a little zip, pop, bang to the bearish expectation. Period. Fail-safe stop, of course, is above today's high. That's your maximum risk, in my opinion. I'd be looking to go short, or my system is already short, of course, when you get the red bar. We sold it short when it got below yesterday's lows. So a small profit on the close, teeny weeny, but good start. Let's see what happens. Bearish, looking for new lows for the trend. Probably not this week, but very probably next week. We have a little more strength at the moment on the heating oil, but it is simply inside this pennant formation. So we might get up to the bear trend line, the top of the pennant. We might slip back right away. I don't know. No comment. Gold, extremely overbought, 87.7. My custom RSI, one of the highest readings we've seen in months, second highest in months. And we saw one like that on September 3rd. One silly little down day, and then up it goes in a new high ground. The last time we saw approximately the same levels, around 90, did produce a very sharp 2-day break, and that was starting on April 3rd. Most of the time, these sell signals produce bigger declines, but I don't have one yet. I've just got the very serious warning. I would not be buying gold. I would be looking for short sales. I would be having my finger on the short sale button. I would be buying puts potentially, all the above. Next, silver. No bearish engulfing. We could have had a sell signal. We have a new high, a fairly strong close. Pretty much everything goes what I just said for gold. Platinum. New high close, but again, overbought. It's extremely dangerous, in my opinion, to be buying when you have yellow, unless, of course, it's yellow for oversold, like these 3 days here. Now, that means you should be considering a buy, which, of course, past tense 2020 hindsight worked out pretty well. Looking for a sell signal. Overbought. Next, high-grade copper. Same reasoning. Overbought. Looking for a sell signal. Long-term bearish. I don't think it's going to head north very much or for very long. We did get a buy signal on the bottom of the market on soybeans to the exact day in a support area and being oversold. So that worked out fantastic so far. And guess what? Today is a new high and a new high close above the previous highs since we had a signal. Good, perfect, exactly what I want. I'm looking for a move up to about 1050. And if we can close above 1063, then we've got something going, except you might get overbought in the resistance area, pull back a little bit, and then keep going. Remember, I am looking for these major lows way back in August of 24, a group of days. This major low, December of 24, also April of 25, and a bullish engulfing at the bottom of the break on August 11th of 25, plus another bullish engulfing, which is working great so far to be long-term bottoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a half. I'm bullish. Soybean oil. Nice. New high close. Moved up very nicely. I'm not sure if there's a gap here. Today's low was 5106, and the high yesterday was 5107. There's an overlap of one tick, no gap. So test the bottom, test the resistance line, the bear trend line at the top of the downward sliding channel. Sure, we're close to it already. If we break through that on a closing basis, that could be considered an upside breakout of the channel. And since we already have a test in oversold conditions of support a couple of weeks ago, which has worked great, I could get a lot more bullish. Next, Meal. Sideways, slightly lower low, a little bit higher close. Don't really have a strong opinion, except we're moving up away from oversold conditions. Friendly, looking for this resistance to be tested again at 281.90 and probably new highs. Next, same kind of comment for corn, going sideways a few days. So looking for a test of this, what might be a neckline, although I'm not claiming that's the case yet. I want to see how it acts when it gets there. So I'm looking for a move up to about 431. Yeah, about 431. Next, wheat. Oh, God. Not oversold. Testing the low of the trend for multiple years. Neutral to bearish. Basically expecting wheat to chew away now and then, every week or two, into new low ground, which is exactly what it's been doing since what, August, September, and now October. Now, Apple. A little higher close, no new highs. Trend is still up. Don't see any sell signals, but we've been overbought lately. And new high in price, but not a new high in the indicator is divergence. There are gap to close below the market. I'm waiting for a sell signal. Not particularly interested in going long up here. Sell signal in Tesla has so far been the high of the move. Yesterday, we dropped back down sharply, which is great. We also had ER3 get short at Monday's high almost exactly and drop down, coming down pretty nicely. Today was a little bit higher, looking for lower levels. There are two gaps to close under the market in Tesla. And what about the overbought conditions a few days ago in NVIDIA? Well, today's close is about equal to the highest previous close for the trend. There's no reversals. There's nothing but the periodic overbought, and bull markets do that all the time. You've got to have double tops, some kind of top formation, some kind of reversal, some kind of indication that the top is in, and we're starting to trend lower, and that gets tricky. So I'm looking, but not finding reasons to get bearish. So I've got to be neutral to friendly at the moment on NVIDIA. I just don't have the downside follow through I was expecting. In fact, Monday, the low is in support, and it turned right around. Next, this is the new one. AMD, chip people, has now made new highs since March of last year. On a closing basis, at the high of the day, moving up a very chunky $26 on a $220-ish stock. Nice, 10% in a day. A lot more than that in this week. Started out on Friday at 170, and here we are at 237. Wow, $65, give or take, in 3 days on a $170 stock. But the trouble is, I don't like being bullish when you're overbought. And not only are we overbought, we are extremely screaming bloody murder overbought at 92.80 almost. 93 actually. I would love to say this, but legally I can't. Oh, I suppose I could. I used to be a broker with licenses, stock, commodity, hedge fund manager, but I'm now a regular citizen. So I think you're crazy to be buying AMD up here. I would very, very much be watching for a sell signal. This is about to head back down a lot. You guys have a great day and profitable trading to you.